this is Allie from Simply Allie, and I'm here this morning with lovely Sophie Jordan. Sophie, how are you enjoying Authors After Dark in Savannah so far?
I love it. It's my first Authors After Dark and my first time in Savannah. So far I've gained 5 pounds. I did last night. Fried okra, hello, and yummy food.
So what events are you excited about?
Well, I'm excited because it's the first year they're hosting YA events at Authors After Dark, which is kind of what tempted me to come. I also write, adult and YA, so to be able to be here and represent both my YA side and my adult side is great.
That's great. And are you doing any costumes for the ball?
I have a costume, and I have yet to see it because Colleen Hawk brought it for me. It's like a golden headpiece, I know, for the elemental ball, and I have like a green and gold dress to go with it. So.
I can't wait to see it.
I know, I can't wait to see it too. She's such a nice person.
And so have you been a fangirl for any authors here?
Colleen Hawk. And I are there's some authors that, you've known online for a while, through Twitter. This is the first time I've gotten to meet a few of them. So
great.
that's kind of it. I've never met, in person. Who? Mary Lindsay's in the room because I keep looking to her, my roommate Mary Lindsay. I've never met Trisha Wolfe, so there's been some authors that it's been fun to finally put the person to the name.
Okay, and you're very busy because not only are you a YA author, you're doing new adult coming up, and you do adult historical. So can you tell us about your
This is my new adult. It's an ARC, comes out in November. Yep. And I'm leaving it with you guys. Y'all can enjoy it. So it's called Foreplay, and it's book 1 in a series, and it features the series revolves around 3 suite mates, and it's a fictitious. I made it up at Ivy League University, so it's just got a lot of romance, and it's really a character-driven, emotional kind of story. And I had a lot of fun writing it. I tell everybody I channeled my college years, but it's sort of like what happened and what I wish had happened combined in college. So that's
great.
And then I'm leaving you guys with a copy of Firelight for one of your lucky followers.
But you have a new YA coming up.
And here's my new young adult novel called Uninvited, and I always point out to people because they're like, "Oh, it's a pretty cover," and I'm like, "Did you see her hair twists into DNA?"
And I love the premise of this. Can you tell us a little bit?
Yes, I will. Well, the tagline I love, which my editor came up with, it says, "They say she's a killer. One day she will be in there." The idea for this I got because I was at my son's little gymnastics class. I love the story. I share the story with everyone, and there was always this little boy that's very aggressive and beats up on all the other kids. And one day he was doing his usual, being very aggressive and beating up on other kids. And then I qualify people who know my son, and I say it wasn't Luke, I promise, it wasn't him. So one day the thought crossed my mind was, God, that kid's going to be a serial killer someday. There he is, he's got his whole face down on the mat. And then I'm like, then I start toying with that idea of nature, nurture. When, you're born that way, do you become violent? And the idea for Davy popped into my head that, she really leads this perfect life. She's a senior, she's a music prodigy, she has great parents, affluent family, awesome boyfriend, and it's set in the near future, 2022, so they are starting to mandatory genetically profile. Everybody's getting genetically tested, and because they can determine, they believe, whether or not you have a kill gene. So it turns out she tests positive for HTS, which is homicidal tendency syndrome. So everybody knows her name is in a national database. It's on her permanent profile. Everybody knows this. She loses her scholarship, family, friends, all look at her, like she could snap anytime. She has a, predisposition toward violence. So even though she's never heard a fly, and there's romance in it too. So
that sounds great.
It's a kind of a dark ride, but there's romance and emotion. So
I can't wait to read it.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming by today. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our readers?
No, just if you're not following me on Twitter, Facebook, I'm there. Happy to engage and talk with y'all. And thank you for reading my books.
Thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks.